Day 3, November 1st, 2020. I woke up early today, 6 a.m., and let myself sit with breakfast for about 30 minutes. There's something calm about a slow morning when the world is still quiet. I took one of the dogs out for a short walk from 6:30 to 6:45. The air felt crisp, and the small rhythm of footsteps and leash tugs helped me settle into the day. When we got back, I did a few small things for myself. Cut my nails and toenails, a little hygiene reset that somehow makes the rest of the day feel cleaner. I also finished a page of chemistry reaction review. It's a small academic win, but it matters. Little completions like that add up. After that, I watched a few game development videos. The message that kept repeating was simple and powerful. Consistency is the key, not a single burst of genius, but steady daily work. That idea landed with a quiet weight. If I want to build something meaningful, I need to show up again and again, even when the work is small or boring. So I turned that idea into action. I worked on a promotional port for my first game, The 0 Hour. The goal was practical: make something people can see, start posting devlogs, and begin building an audience. Promotion is part of the craft. Creating is only half the job. Showing people what you're making is how you find the community that will carry you forward. There was a tense moment today, an argument with my grandma about listening and how we absorb what someone is trying to say. It reminded me that listening is a skill that I need to practice. Before I respond, I want to make sure I understand. That's something I'll be more mindful of going forward. Back at my desk, I decided to learn Unity using a visual script editor. It feels like a small bridge. Visual scripting let me prototype quickly and understand logic without getting stuck on syntax. My plan is to use visual scripting as a scaffold, then gradually transition to C# so I can be freer in how I build. It's a stepwise approach: scaffold, internalize, then remove the training wheels. I also started writing milestones for the 0 Hour. Breaking a big project into small, achievable goals makes the finish line feel less distant. I'll schedule daily tasks that lead to those milestones, research, ask questions, adjust, charge forward, and adapt. The process is iterative. The plan is not a prison, it's a map that helps me find the next step. I'm also committing to a learning rhythm. Every day, one lesson from the 5 life skills. On weekends, practice all 5. For game development, I'll work at least 1 hour a day on weekdays and more on weekends. It's not about perfection. It's about consistent motion. Time equals value. There's a practical side to this too. Before I take on a job or college, I need to manage myself, the house, my room, homework, my craft, and my personal growth. Those are the basics of being reliable. If I can manage those, I'll be ready for the next stage. I want to help my mom's business in a real way. Right now, that means consuming the products and learning the brand later. Later, I'll promote it, build a following, create content, and use that experience as a training ground for entrepreneurship. Working for free at first is an investment in skills, marketing, community building, and brand strategy. I'm thinking about platforms too. I want a website and a YouTube channel, places I control. Trends matter. AR, VR, mobile gaming, these are directions the industry is moving. But the core is always the same: respect the customer, design for longevity, and avoid putting all your eggs on one platform. Diversify where you show your work. Build more than one channel so you're not dependent on a single algorithm or audience. If I ever get tired of game dev, I'll take a break and use my 5 skills in different ways. That's not quitting, it's recharging. When I come back, I'll have new perspective, new ideas, stronger skills. Breaks are part of the process, not a failure. Tonight, I also worked a bit on posters for the game. Small creative tasks that keep momentum moving, and I made a promise to myself. Break the habit of dependence. Be self-sufficient. Do my own things without needing someone else to push me. My first role in the next 10 months before release will be brand promoter for my mom's business. I'll work for free to learn the ropes, to build skills, to understand how to grow a brand from the ground up. That's a lot to balance: craft, life skills, family, and future plans. But I feel good about the direction. Walking the dogs in the morning felt right. The small rituals, the scaffolding of learning, the milestones, they all add up. Time is value. Every hour I invest in the craft, in discipline, in listening, and helping others is an hour that compounds. Tonight, I'll sleep with the plan. Show up tomorrow, do the hour of game dev, practice one life skill, and keep building the systems that will carry me forward. One day at a time. one small win at a time. Alright guys, I'm back for another Devlog journal and thoughts. First thoughts when it comes to reading day 3. I don't know how to feel about this. Honestly guys, I have mixed feelings about this because when I read this, I had a timeline where I said that I was going to achieve this within a year from what I read, and I have to be honest with you guys, I'm still at this stage where I am trying to become completely self-sufficient, because I'm reading here, it's where my goal was to become self-sufficient by the end of the year. Well, it didn't go as planned. It really didn't, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to probably go in more days further as I delve details as to why that happened as a result, but just seeing what I set for myself at the beginning here is bittersweet, because now I'm definitely taking the steps to get there, right? I have like I'm doing things where I am providing myself the expenses that I'm paying for, like the services and all that, phone bills, like all that stuff. Like I'm making money, right? And I'm also trying to find ways to diversify my education, because the economy right now is not at a stage where we can like, there's opportunities, but it's not advantageous to the average person or to normal people, if I can describe it in a way. So I'm doing that too, and then at the same time I'm working on this because this is something that I've always wanted to do. So I am doing things to try and gain being self-dependent, but I'm not completely in the stage where I'm I am fully on my own and I can take care of myself. I have to admit it, I'm not at that level yet. And seeing what I wrote here in day 3, I said that I was going to be at that stage, or at least be to the point where I have the ability to do that. And I don't right now. I don't. So yeah, that it is bittersweet in that way when reading this. But yeah, there is one thing I did notice when I was reading this. It was about breaking down the big goals and putting into achievable little milestones. This is something that I actually did take over throughout the course of the past, what was it, like 6 years, almost 6 years now. If you look in my channel, right, at the beginning, like if you're a new subscriber and you haven't seen my old videos, you can check it out right now. I've actually applied this where I did like a weekly update, when I did my old devlogs or old episodes on my projects. I would give you guys what I was doing the past week, and I was gonna say what I will be doing for the following week, so you guys know as a heads up what my goal is. And that's something that I haven't stopped, but the issue is that I am not consistent. So what I tend to do is I would start things and stop things, and I would start it again and I would stop it again, and then that would halt the progress way more than it should have been. Like the AvaloxOnline server, if you're an old subscriber, this has been technically it's been out since 2020. Now, the first version of the server was called PhantomBit. PhantomBit was the actual first version of the server, and I had made a live stream about it years ago. And then after that, a couple months in, this was during COVID, but it was just starting to come out, like everyone had to go in lockdown. This is like way back then. This is when I first started the server, right? And then I did it for a couple months, and I stopped once I came back to school, and then I left it alone for a long time until what was it, like 6 months later into it, like at near the end of the school year. And then yeah, and then after that I kept starting and stopping within months. Like I would go 6 months in, or 3 months, 6 months in, and I would just stop for the next, I don't know how many, sometimes even a year. I think the year was like the most I haven't worked on it. And now it's to a point where I'm restarting again. Well, not restarting, because I have some stuff I transfer over, but you know what I mean, right? I kept on restarting, and restarting, while it may seem a small thing, it actually has a big impact on your progress, because when you're not consistent, at least in the way where you commit to it, like if you say you're committing to something to do once a month or something like that, that's realistic within your routine, then sure, that's okay. But if it's something that you can definitely do within a week, but you chose not to, well, that's on you. And I picked that. I've done that, and that came with consequences. And the consequence is that I didn't finish the server. So yeah, that's what happened. And I'm reading this, and it's just, man, I'm looking at my younger self right now, and I'm just seeing like, bro, you don't want to see what I'm now. But I don't know. There's some good, there's some bad. That's all I've got to say. It's just each day I'm going into this, it's just bittersweet. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully it's hopefully it gets better. I mean, now it's I would say it got better now, because I put more details in what each milestone goes to and where the server direction is going, so it has direction, I will say that. But yeah, just the consistency, man. That's the main thing here about this. It's being consistent. So that's all I have to say about this. Okay, sorry. Last thing, the 0 hours. So this was a project that I was starting in 2020. It was supposed to be a pixel game, I believe. I think a platformer, and I think I still have the post. I don't know if I have it, but yeah, I didn't finish that. So yeah, that's another problem with consistency. If you stop, you might not come back to it in the future. So just be aware of when you're doing anything, and if it's something that you really want to do and commit, stick with it. Stick with it, for better for worse, because whether we like it or not, we can't control completely the results, but what we can do is take the actions to at least get a result, right? So if it fails, then okay, sure, if you want to move on, you can move on, or you can try again and adjust. But just finishing it will get you so much more out of it than stopping halfway. I'm telling you that, guys. You just get more out of it, you know? So yeah, that's my suggestion, and I think that's about it. Yep. Yeah. Alright, I think that's it, everyone, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, wherever your time zone is, and goodbye.